Welcome back to the Daily Dean. So let's talk about hatred, right? Have you ever said you hated somebody or had very strong negative emotions towards another person? Those are very fair, very valid things to feel because, right? Like, I can't tell you what's, like, good or bad to feel, but those are natural human emotions. So, if somebody bumped into you on the street and you were, and they scoffed at you, maybe gave you a stink eye, like, watch where you're going, if you had that kind of interaction, would you really say you hated that person, or did you really hate their actions, or what they did to you, or how you perceived it? Because a person might be having a bad day, resulting in those negative actions or rude actions, or maybe insensitivity, which does not necessarily reflect who they are on a regular basis, right? So this is really just something you have to practice a little bit, because maybe your initial response is like to like laugh at them, or like retort, like remark, like, hey, no, like, watch where you're going, or something else if they're being like rude like that. But you should try and give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Obviously, this is really large rule of thumb because every day you're interacting with some stranger, possibly. But in the situations where you don't really know a person personally, give them the benefit of the doubt. In cars, in driving, on the streets, whatever, just assume that they're having like a kind of a rough day, and you don't hate them as much as you hate their actions. And you can apply that to your own personal family members, right? Or somebody you see on a regular basis, right? One of your family members or something, right? This is, once again, your relationships with your family and the dynamics you have with them. There's more nuance than I can ever share advice for without knowing you personally. So once again, rule of thumb: assume that a person is not necessarily evil, right? Or they're out to get you, or they're out to make your life a worse place in this world. Rather, maybe they're impulsive. Maybe they do it without considering what their actions are doing, which doesn't make them bad. Simply, possibly the word is ignorant. Ignorant of how their actions affect another person. But then not tell them off, but inform them, hey, like, I don't appreciate that action. That hurt me a little bit. This relates back to communication, about how you want to find, like, what really is the problem. Is it so much the person as it is their actions, or how they, hurt you? So that's another video I made. You can check that out in the description below. But this is personally relevant to me because lately I've been feeling very frustrated emotions. Not at, like, well, I won't go into it. That'd be a lot to share in one video. But when you think about how your feelings are bubbling up or manifesting themselves, consider, is it them on purpose? Is it their personality, their character? Is it a reflection of who they are that really lets me, like, have that, what would the word be, like, validation of saying you hate that person? Because once again, hate is a very strong word. Hate is not necessarily the word you want to be looking for. If somebody personally hurts you, says things that are hurtful, or says something that, like, they mean to intentionally put you in, like, a negative headspace, that is something you do have to talk to them about. That is, once again, probably a rule of thumb, right? Maybe it's not safe to talk to that person, but if you can, communication down below, great place to start. But I hope your relationships with all the people in your lives are pure and happy and really help you be a better person, because we can't really choose all the relationships we have. We can choose how we interact with that person. So I hope you're coping the best you can, and I wish you the best of luck. So bye. Have a great week.